Hello my dear students, again with you is Maria Manukyan. Եվ այսպես եկեք վերհիշենք ներկա անորոշ ժամանակաձևը, ինչպես էր կազմվում. I usually go to school. We often play football. After lessons, she wakes up at 8 o'clock every morning. Ինչպես տեսնում ենք, ներկա անորոշ ժամանակը ցույց է տալիս գործողություն, որը կատարվում է ընդհանրապես. Այսօրվա դասի ընթացքում մենք կսովորենք to define the form of past simple tense, to make the irregular verbs in the past form and use in the sentences, to make the affirmative sentences into interrogative and negative forms. And now let's see the form of past simple tense. As you see, we don't use to, and also we add ed in the verb. Work plus ed. In the past simple tense, the action happened and finished in the past. For example, she watched TV yesterday. They played football last week. Look at the screen. We use ed with the verbs in the past simple tense, but we pronounce in different ways. For example, worked, looked. As you see, it's ed, but we pronounce t. Played, lived, we pronounce d. Started, visited, we pronounce ed. So, we add ed with regular verbs, but we pronounce in three different ways. T, d, id. The keywords of the past simple tense are yesterday, last month, last week, 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 1 year ago. The verbs in English are regular and irregular. As we learned, we use ed with regular verbs. And let's see how we change irregular verbs in the past simple tense. Regular verbs: to work, verb plus ed, to start, started, to visit, visited, to play, played, to wash, washed, to dress, dressed, to look, looked, to live, lived, to watch, watched, to call, called. And irregular verbs changed differently. To be was were. To do, did. To have, had. To make, made. To get, got. To take, took. To go, went. To see, saw. To come, came. To read, read. To bring, brought. Please notice to read and read, we write in the same way, but we pronounce differently. To read, but in the past, read. As you see, I prepared for you an exercise. There are sentences in the present simple tense, so you have to change them into past simple form. I usually go to school. We often play football after lessons. She wakes up at 8 o'clock every morning. He makes dinner every day. They do their homework every week. Mary always cleans the house. You often have dinner. They read books every evening. We usually watch TV. His parents come to visit him every week. So, let's see how we change these sentences into past form. I went to school yesterday. We played football after lessons 1 day ago. She woke up at 8 o'clock yesterday. He made dinner last day. They did their homework yesterday. Mary cleaned the house 1 week ago. You had dinner last day. They read books last evening. We watched TV yesterday. His parents came to visit him 1 week ago. And now, let's see how we use interrogative sentences in the past simple form. We use did plus verb. For example, she watched TV yesterday. Did she watch TV yesterday? They went to school last week. did they go to school last week? Notice when we use interrogative form, we use did plus the verb we use in the present simple form. She watched TV yesterday. Did she watch TV yesterday? Negative form is did plus not plus the verb. And again, notice that we use the verb in negative form in the present simple form. She watched TV yesterday. She did not watch TV yesterday. They went to school last week. They did not go to school last week. In the negative form, went became go. And now there are some sentences I prepared for you. You have to make these sentences into negative and interrogative form. Let's see how we made it. And negative form. And now let's sum up our lesson. Today we learned how to define the form of past simple tense, how to make the irregular verbs into past simple form, and also to make the affirmative sentences into negative and interrogative forms. That's all. Thank you for the lesson. Goodbye.